Hey guys, it's Jason at Hard Money Bankers with your Private Money Minute. Today I want to talk about completely knowing your numbers without a calculator. Now this is more specific for a flip transaction. I was talking to a buddy of mine that actually owns a few properties yesterday, and he's still always confused on, how much money am I going to need? What are my costs in the front? What are my costs in the back? So I'm going to keep this very, very simple. We're going to go through the front end costs and we're going to go through the back end costs. So you don't need a calculator. If you're on the road, if you're in a house, whatever the case is, you can go through these numbers very, very quickly. You're going to have 5% for closing costs related to the transaction itself. Doesn't matter if you're getting a loan or if you're paying cash, it's 5% transfer, recordation, title insurance, builder's risk insurance policy, 5% for that. Now, if you're getting a lender and you're financing this thing, assume another 5%, a few points, some attorney fees, doc prep fees, things like that. So just assume 5% there. And then another 5% if you're paying monthly payments to your lender, assuming you have it for a few months for the renovation and then you sell it, right? So 5% there, and then 2% for holding costs, your gas, your electric bill, your water bill, homeowners associations, things like that. So 5% closing, 5% lender, 5% payments, and then 2% holding. That comes out to 7% if you're paying cash, or 17% on the front end if you're getting a loan. So for $100,000, if you're buying it in cash, you need $7,000. If you're getting financing, you're probably going to need $17,000 between the upfront and the monthly payments. Okay, back end's real simple. 6% realtor. Sometimes you can negotiate that lower. 1.5% for transactional costs related to selling the property and the title company recording the deed. And 2.5% for seller credits, seller subsidies, things like that. That's pretty expected in today's market. So 10% on the back. So let's say you're all in at 100 on the front and 150 you resell it for. You'll have 10% of those costs, which is $15,000. So let's use that exact example with getting financing. A $100,000 loan on the front with that financing is 17%, which is $17,000. You sell it at $150,000. 10% of that is $15,000. Minus the 2, and you have an $18,000 profit. Pretty simple. So the three numbers you need to understand is 7% on the front if you're buying in cash, 17% on the front if you're getting financing, and 10% on the back when you sell the property. Remember those things. You don't need a calculator. They're pretty easy to understand and to calculate. So anytime you look at a deal, use those. They're a very good general rule of thumb to knowing your numbers without a calculator. Again, my name is Jason Balin from Hard Money Bankers, and this was your Private Money Minute.